Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have the Citizen Armor 100 meter Super Titanium Quartz Chronograph, and this is model number CA7058-55E. And as usual, we're gonna look at the style, the build quality, the functions, the wearability, and lume, and then I'll let you know what I think of this brand new Titanium Armor series from Citizen. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like this or any of the other watches I reviewed on my channel. I do get a very small commission that helps out my channel if you buy from my Amazon store, so I definitely appreciate it. It looks like this might be a new Citizen dress watch box. It's got like this wood grain finish on the sides. It feels like it's possibly all plastic. I think it's plastic. It doesn't feel like it's wood or anything. Pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. You got a little piece of foam right here. Here's the watch. I do like these watch pillows, by the way. Very squishy, and it holds the watch in place very nicely. Now, as with most Citizens, you're not getting any sort of warranty card or instruction manual. You go online now to do all that type of stuff. Anyway, there it is at the bottom. It's just like a little pamphlet that tells you where to go. All right, let's get all this stuff out of the way. As usual, I'll go ahead and put up the specs on the left-hand side of the screen. If you want all the specs, just make sure you freeze frame it to get everything. But I'll go ahead and give you the basics on the left-hand side of the screen here. You're looking at a 44 millimeter super titanium case. It's 13.4 millimeters thick. It's 45.5 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 20 millimeter super titanium bracelet. And that's basically just, the basic specs. Again, if you want everything, just go ahead and freeze frame it. I wanted to review this watch. I thought it looked pretty cool online. And guys, I have to admit, I'm not super crazy about it now. Now, as you guys know, I'm not really a dress watch type of guy. I just never have been. I like the increased water resistance that a dive watch provides. And they're basically just a little bit tougher than your standard dress watch. Even though I don't dive and I really don't need that toughness in my everyday life, I just like the fact that dive watches are generally just a little bit tougher. And that's why I don't normally review dress watches, but I thought this looked pretty cool, so I wanted to give it a shot. And honestly, guys, it's a little bit different. I can definitely say this is not going to be one of my favorite Citizen watches that I've ever reviewed. The design, it's just, I really can't really put my finger on it. It just kind of harkens back to the 80s, and it's got like a little bit of royal oak in there, just a tiny bit. I guess you're also wondering, I said this is a chronograph in the title, and you're wondering, where are the pushers? I'll show you the pushers here in just a second, but it's not bad. I mean, it's just, again, not really my type of watch. First of all, it's very blingy. If you can see when I shine it in the different light there, it definitely blings out a lot. You've got the gold Citizen logo at 9 o'clock. You've got that big, huge gold bezel around the date window over there at 3. The hands are gold at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. You got a gold chronograph second hand. Just a little bit blingy for me. I'm not a gold watch type of guy at all. I just never have been. But I mean, it's okay. It's not bad. I mean, I like the fact that it's made out of titanium. That's pretty cool because, titanium is about, 40% lighter than stainless steel and about 5 times more scratch resistant. The random DLC coded link down here, I'm not quite sure what this is for. I'm not quite sure why they did that. Some sort of design element. It's just a random DLC coded link right there. Now the lug to lug is a little bit deceptive because the lug to lug actually starts at the first integrated link right there. So I think I put 45 or something like that. Yeah, for lug to lug, but the lug to lug is actually much more than that because you have this integrated link that doesn't move right there on the end. But interesting watch. You got a lot of polished surfaces and brush surfaces. So wherever you see a brush surface, you're going to see a polished surface right next to it. It's pretty legible. The hands have a lot of luminous paint on them. They're really thin, but they do have a pretty good amount of luminous paint. They're the only things that have any sort of lume on the watch. Nothing else is lumed. It's got a pretty cool 3-dimensional dial. Almost has like a cross there you can see. You've got your subdial up there at 12 and down there at 6, and then it kind of goes in and out. That's where the solar cell is. It's interesting. Now, again, I said this is a chronograph. What you have to do is you have to turn, I guess this is what they call a 4-click bezel. It's actually unidirectional, but you turn it to reveal the pushers. There you go. And now there are your pushers. Now, my biggest gripe with this watch is this crown. It is tiny. I mean tiny and very hard to get a hold of. It obviously just has 2 positions, the first position for your date, the second position for your time. I will demonstrate the chronograph. Now you've got a running seconds hand. down here at 6 o'clock. I don't know if y'all can see that moving there. There you go. I'll go ahead and demonstrate the chronograph. Now it has the slowest reset, I think, of any watch I've ever reviewed. There you go. There goes the chronograph second hand. I'll go ahead and stop it. If I can push it there. See, the buttons are really hard to push. There you go. I'll go ahead and reset it, and watch how slow this chronograph hand resets. Really slow. Anyway, so there are your pushers. Now, if you want to hide them again, just rotate the bezel again, and it hides them. There you go. So I don't know, what this is really meant for. This is not, like I said, a tough watch at all. So the fact that this bezel hides those, I don't know if it's just an aesthetic thing where they want more of a minimalist look and more of a symmetrical look to the watch. Not quite sure why they did that. Again, multiple surfaces are polished and brushed. The bracelet's kind of cool. Really nice links there. Obviously brushed on the ends. Now, I was a little disappointed with this as well. Let me go ahead and open this up. This is just a stamped titanium scissor clasp. I would think for a watch that costs $650, they would have given you a machined scissor clasp. Now, it is titanium, but, it's stamped titanium for a watch that costs $650. They're kind of pulling a Seiko move here. I definitely would have thought they would have machined this. So anyway, a little disappointed with that. Actually, let me go ahead and try this thing on while I've got it. And obviously it's very light. I couldn't get a weight on it, but it's very light. I'm guessing probably 100 and 120 grams, maybe something like that. If that. I mean, it feels great. You can barely feel it on your wrist, which is nice. Looks actually pretty decent. And again, very legible, even from far away, which is nice. I just wish I liked, dress watches more than I do. I'm not a big dress watch guy, man. So let's go ahead and kill a studio light and check out this lume. All right, let me go ahead and zap this thing for you guys. You can already see that cobalt blue lume glowing right there. There you go. Pretty good, man. Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. Actually, I'm really impressed with this lume. Okay, cool. All right, so the lume's pretty good. Let's go ahead and cut everything back on here. And I want to show you some of these pictures. I did get quite a few macro shots of this watch. And, it's really going to be a personal preference. Some of y'all are going to love this thing. Some of y'all are going to hate it. Some of y'all are going to be right in the middle. Again, the crown is super small. And I don't know if this is kind of like a cheesy gimmick to cover the pushers. I'm not quite sure why they did that. But at least it's got a good feel and a definite click action to it. And again, it's, unidirectional. It does not go the other way. I just don't quite know why they did this. But anyway, there you go. So let's go ahead and look at these pictures real quick. Let me bring up my picture folder here. All right, let's go ahead and look at the dial first. You can see all the gold, like I said, the gold chronograph second hand, the gold subdials at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, the gold Citizen logo, the gold bezel around the date window. Again, really blingy, more blingy than I like for my watches to be. And also those indexes are really highly polished. Here's another one of that gold date window. I mean, it's really, really bright. All right, here's one of the pushers with the bezel out of the way. Very small. That crown, again, that crown is just horrible. I mean, you can barely grasp it with your fingers. All right, here's one with the bezel covering the pushers. Again, not quite sure why they did that. Here's one of the Citizen buckle, a close-up of that. Nicely engraved, by the way. I don't know if that's stamped or engraved. Here's one of the super boring case back. I mean, it just says water resist 10 bar, Japan movement, sapphire, titanium. Nothing real special about that laser etch case back. Here's one of that stamped titanium scissor clasp. Here's another one of the buckle and the two pushers. Here's one of that really odd random DLC coded link. I guess that was just a design decision. They thought it would look cool for some reason. Anyway, guys, that's it for the picks. So tell me what you think of this watch. If this is something that y'all like, if this is something that y'all are going to buy. I mean, it's $650 on Amazon. So if you don't want to get it from my Amazon link, man, I totally understand. You can buy it from other retailers for a lot cheaper. I've seen this for about $549, I believe. But on Citizen's website, again, it's about $650. And on Amazon currently, it's $650. That price is going to drop probably in the next few weeks or so once people start buying these things. Or maybe they won't start buying them and the price will drop. But normally, right when a watch comes out, that's when it's the most expensive. And then a few weeks later, it starts dropping in price. So tell me what y'all think of this, man. I just, again, I don't hate it by any means, but I'm just definitely not in love with it. And it's not really a watch that I would personally wear. So anyway, like I said, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description field so you can head on over to Amazon and pick this up for $650. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell if you like the videos that I make, and I hope that you do. And guys, that's been about it for this one. Again, this has been the Citizen Armor 100 meter Super Titanium Quartz Chronograph, and this is model number CA7058-55E. And I'll see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.